Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you. I hope we have sufficient students. Yeah, about. Okay. So this is module number fifth, and this is related to quality control. And we all see the quality in everything in our life, like, whether it's a manufacturing quality, service quality, quality of life. We talk everywhere about quality. What is quality? And why this operations management subject or topic is in this statistics course or data course. So I'm going to explain few things because quality can be measured through tools and techniques which are in statistics. Therefore we are using this here. Second thing, quality is like given standard that everything has to match with the standard. So that is, and the history about quality is given in the book. So this is about quality. But before, going into this, let me start, the discussion part. And one more thing, because few students complain that, about the module 3, I did not explain what needs to be done. Module 3, I think, yeah, or something. So I plan something in case if you miss, in case you did not do well, you have the option to do that. So just a minute. Let me start with, because few students said, you are not doing well, I mean, they have all kind of complaints. So I don't know what to do, but this is what I prepared for everyone. Can you see this? This is a extra credit work. If you miss, something, or you want to do, or you did not get full credit for particular discussion, therefore I would like to give you chance. We have about 10-11 days to do this. What is this? I'm creating this. Let's say you scored 100% and you also do extra credit work, you will get 103%. Means you will not have any impact on your performance, because 100% is 100%. Beyond that, whatever you do on the top of 95%, you will be A. But somebody who is doing, let's say, scoring 92% and complete this works. So 92 is A minus and he gets A. So basically this is for those people, those who feel that, that they missed this week 3 regression, they did not submit, or they did wrong or something. So this is the opportunity for everyone. What you need to do exactly, this is related to the module 3. Like I talk about layoff situation that I shared, you can say in your, but you can find any real business problem then that business world is facing or your industry is facing. Like I said about layoff, you can say customer satisfaction, you can say technology adoption, many such things. Then second thing, or you can say business, performance of retail industry, retail sector performance depends on XYZ, or A1, A2, A3, 4, 5 factors. So first you make your assumption. Find a business problem. If you want, you can consult me, means you can send me an email. I would like to think this way. I will be happy to give my input as soon as possible. I see your email. So find this thing. Second, make your assumption, means whatever assumption you are making, that technically, logically, and based on literature, that has to be correct. Let's say you find economic problem, then what are the pros and cons, and what are the different variables that can impact the economic performance of uh, particular industry or particular business problem. Just a minute, I would like to check whether this is, yeah, it is recorded. It is. So make your assumption right about that, why you are, then you are going to collect data. I gave the example how to collect data over there. Either you can do the Google form, you can do like you can get a real data from open source. Nowadays, just Google and you get. So this thing, or, you know, any way that you can get the data, you please get a data. As you know, what is the statistical significance start, or, you know, what should be the n value? Degree of freedom is 30. You remember that t-test and z-test, when we can, you know, have we can use z-test to t to z when samples degree of freedom is 30, means sample size 31. So make sure you are going to have sufficient number of observations. You have 10 days time. You know, it's not hard and fast that you need to do, but if you want to do, if you think you missed, you have this option to prove that, okay, you learn the concept. So basically, this is a practical you are doing related to regression if you want to do, or you want to use next week discussion, which is AHP, you want to carry out something, but I would suggest do it for regression. Present result and analysis result using Minitab, or sorry, I have to do Excel. I mean, you don't have any other software that you might be using.
Join the meeting.
Then, you know, you need to write managerial learning, conclusion, managerial actions and recommendations after that. So basically, this is a practical that is independently based on your thinking, but, you know, it has to be synchronized, it has to be technically sound, and you can make up those you know, those points deducted due to week number 3. So this is, I'm just talking about, you can use regression analysis or you can use AHP. AHP we are going to talk next week. So I think before next week, we don't have much time. We can have AHP session this Friday or Saturday based upon your approval. I mean, if you agree, we can have on Friday, we can have on Saturday, and I can open also assignment of last module. So any question related to this extra work or extra thing? If you wish to do, more than welcome. If you don't want to do, it's all your choice. But, you know, I have given this option. And one more serious thing I noted, or I'm noticing frequently, few students are doing something that is inappropriate in discussion. They are, you know, let's say you have completed your work and you have submitted, and you also submitted your data and Excel file, and they have, you know, just copied and pasted, and I'm finding you both are similar. Which one to say? Because, you know, they put in the comment section. So Jennifer, I'm going to do this. I'm just explaining. I'm going to create, and I'm going to announce, and I'm going to email and announcement to every student. First, my purpose is to let you know what is the what I'm going to do. If you want me to do something that is more appropriate, you can feel free to let me know. But the second observation, so probably the last discussion, which is about AHP, I would request you to submit the Word document, and that, you know, only I can see, nobody else can see, because they are just few students are copying and submitting. So they are taking undue advantage, and that is a problem. I can observe, but, you know, here, you know, if I say something, they feel offensive. So yeah. Any question related to this? If not, then I can go for this week discussion. And this week discussion, I have made it very simple, you know, very easy, that you feel free to just write your thoughts and understanding. So, okay, I think industry. Yeah, so this is about, you know, discussion. You just write. We don't need any Excel board or any analysis. Just based on numbers, what do you think? You just search about, you know, these things. different numbers, what do you see, how they are reshaping and how things are changing. So this is this week discussion. Now let's come to the learning of this week. Okay, so basically, so what is quality? Quality management. If something is standard and variation from standard, that is called quality and variation. You know, being a management student, you must know who is the father of management. I mean, you are doing MBA. That's why my question to everyone. Who is the father of management? Means this discipline who invented. Peter Drucker. Okay, any other? Any other input or answer? Because you must know, because somebody will ask in any interview or any discussion. Damning, very good. These are all management gurus, certainly. Certainly, these are management gurus, but you know, let me explain, because this is my job to explain to everyone about uh, do you see this gentleman? Do you have ever heard about the name of this gentleman? Frederick Taylor. Scientific management. So basically scientific. Oh, wonderful that you know you studied. I mean, my purpose is only to let you know that at least, you know, before graduating from this MBA, at least you understand about, you know, from Wikipedia, who is this gentleman, Frederick Taylor, what he did. So this is the beginning of that, you know, and rest follows. Like you said, Deming, you said Juran, you said Drucker, Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker is, you know, and Porter and all. Nowadays, Michael Porter. So basically, this is the gentleman, as my knowledge and my studies, this is the person who started scientific management. Okay. So this is, then there are many people like you said. So first, you know, what is quality? Okay. So here is quality. This is all about your right understanding, reading. I'm not, you know, I'm not explaining because you are already expert in all these things. So I don't need to explain. Manufacturing services, you can clearly understand what is manufacturing where. So I am teaching. What is this? This is service. And education industry is a business industry nowadays. So you can understand, you know, what is different industries and how they behave. So let me go how this variation can be reduced. You know, the quality control is this, like, you know, if the weight of iPhone should be like, weight should be 200 grams or 180 grams. So basically, what is the quality control? Let's say you are manufacturing iPhone, and let's say weight should be 180 gram. Height should be, you know, like 4-inch or 5-inch. Width should be 3-inch or whatever, you know. And, you know, the thickness should be, let's say, 1/2 inch. So this is, let's say, a standard they made. Is every iPhone is coming to the same? If they are manufacturing every iPhone is weighting 180? Ideally not. You know the standard deviation. So the deviation, it should be minimum. Your purpose is to reduce, you know, the variation should not be high enough. Okay, decimal or minus. So the purpose of quality control to understand and reduce the variation. So role of management, this is all about, here you need to understand the role of statistics. Now, this is the history of quality control. And, Savart, he gave the process control chart, and these are Deming from 1950 to 60, Juran. And just read, this week is more about reading and less about doing. And then, Deming, Juran. So Deming award is there. So here, these are the Edward Deming 14 points, maintain consistency of purpose. So basically read all of them. 14 points you must read. And now we come to the, so these are statistical quality control tools. We are focusing on this. If you remember, we did Pareto chart. Do you remember what is Pareto chart? It is called 80-20 rules. 80-20 rules or Pareto chart means 80% performance depend upon 20% of the causes. If you fix these 20% problems, your 80% of performance can be improved. So basically that is a scatter plot. So let me go on Minitab and show you all the things. So here we have, here you see the can you see my part, quality tools? Here you can see the Pareto chart. Here you have cause and effect diagram. Here you have run chart. Other things are also, so Pareto chart, cause and effect. And here under control chart, you have different things. So box plot, what you can understand from box plot? You can understand few things. So here you have the box plot. That, we already did all these things in 503 and 520 that we are looking. We have done so far. So box plot is right here. What it gives, what is the, what you can get from box plot? You get 5 number summary. Minimum, maximum, Q1, Q2, Q3 that you remember from 503. So this is box plot, a scatter plot. You can do the scatter plot using this graph. And somewhere you will see a scatter plot, and that you already seen in correlation. In correlation, you have seen the scatter plot. Fishbone diagram, this is another, important qualitative analysis, because, what is effect? So let's say this is a effect. And what are the causes due to that you are having these effects? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, man, machine, different things. So you can make this good diagram right here under this statistics, control, quality tools, and cause and effect. You can put, the causes, and you can select personal, machines, material, method, measurement, and environment. So basically, what is the effect? Layoff. What is the effect? Performance reduction, sales decrease, or increase of, productivity, whatever you can think. So you can write everything, and you can use this to make a good fishbone diagram. Check sheet is another important thing that you need to use. Let's say, we all are habitual of doing checklists before going a shopping. Groceries shopping, we make a list. Okay, we need sugar, we need salt, we need this. When you go to the grocery, we buy one by one, and we tick everything. that is like a check sheet. Or before traveling, we make a checklist. So check sheet is like this. So these are the descriptive tools. Now we come to the analytical tools. We have control chart, lot and batch inspection plans, acceptance, sampling, experimental design, and Taguchi robust design. So these are the analytical. These are descriptive. We have already did in 503 and this. Now most important thing is control chart, whether our process is out of control or it is within a control. So control chart is important. So here we have, few examples. Now these are the Pareto chart, scatter box plot. And here we have fishbone diagram, or this is also called Ishikawa diagram. This is also called cause and effect diagram. These are the causes. This is the effect. And we have different quality improvement programs. TQM. What is the TQM? Total quality management means quality in everything that we do. Let's say we are in education business or university in education. What is total quality management for education? It's also quality in registration, quality in solving students' problem, quality in teaching, quality in grading, quality in quality in recruiting students, certain standard, like many university they have a GMAT or GRE requirement before. So quality in everything, that is total quality management. And business process redesign means changing the design of the business process based on the requirement and minimum losses or minimum wastage. Six Sigma is another thing, and I must tell, if you get a time, if you are good in statistics, you must get one certification in Six Sigma. And if you become Six Sigma certified, you will write your own checks. This is what, black belt in Six Sigma from American Statistical Association, something, American Quality Control. I don't remember the exact name, but that is the place where you can get the certification. And you will be, what is Six Sigma? And from empirical rule, what is Six Sigma? The philosophy of Six Sigma is given by Motorola. The Motorola company, and they say, so let me write here then. So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma say 3 point, so this is 3.17 defects per million. That means Six Sigma quality consider up to 3.17 defects in a million. That means think about UPS, thinks about FedEx. I think if I remember last time, FedEx or UPS ships about 10 million parcel every day. They handle 10 million parcel every day. What is the meaning of that? How many how many parcel cannot be delivered or maybe late or something? In 1 million, 3.17 means 10 millions. If I multiply with this, it's 31.7, or roughly you can say UPS quality is like that. Maximum, if they are following Six Sigma, maximum they can tolerate up to 32 parcels are late, or 32 parcel are misplaced, or 32 parcel every day. That is the maximum tolerance they can have. So Six Sigma is a philosophy, and based on this, this standard, and these are the Six Sigma steps to quality improvement. If some company is implementing Six Sigma in their processes, means in their business, what they are doing, this is the standard they are making, and this is the way this is the DMAC. This is the principle DMAC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. First, you define what is the quality, then measure, then analyze, then improve and control. And these are the steps in order to do. So basically, few things are always to read and remember. So what is quality charts? So now we are coming on the charts. So a control chart is a visual display that flows, so there are different charts. Two types of data we have, one is numerical data, and then we can have sample mean. So here we have, few control charts that we are going to see. Qualitative. So basically this is, qualitative data that explains about non-conforming items. So basically these are the three important charts. X bar chart. What is X? You remember now. Mean. What is the mean? So X bar is mean chart or control chart for sample means. R chart is ranges. And P chart is proportion or defective. So these are the three common charts. Proportion means binomial that you remember. Out of 10, 5 are. So here, X chart, R chart, and P chart. X chart. So mu, known mu and sigma. If you know the mu and sigma, how you can do. The upper limit is plus minus 3 sigma. So 99.73, exactly the same if you remember the past. So here, empirical control limits. We will see, upper control limit is X bar. So if you remember the confidence interval, similarly, you can think X bar plus 3 R bar range D2 square root of N. Similarly, lower control limit. Now this slide becomes very important. Here, these are the 4 rules. Please focus because 1 or 2 questions I might give in final exam. The single point outside 3 sigma, rule 1. And if you look into this chart, this is a single point outside 1 sigma, 3 sigma, sorry. This is a center. Mean, this is 1 sigma, this is 2 sigma, this is 3 sigma. This is lower control limit, 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma. So 1 point out of, now look into 2 or 3 successive point outside 2 sigma on the same side. So you can see this is a this is the center, and 2 or 3. So here you can see this is 2 or 3, 2 points continuously outside 2 sigma. So this is a 2 sigma limit, and these successive points are there. Now 4 or 5 successive point outside 1 sigma on the same side. So here you can see outside 1 sigma, how many? 4 or 5 consecutive successive point, and 9 successive point on the same side of center line. So center line 9 points. So this is the rule. You will be given, or you will be seeing which rule is applicable. If you get a graph or if you get the picture, you have to identify. So this is, these are the abnormal patterns. When you look, if you are a quality manager, you can decide, okay, if you see any such event, any such, scenario in your control chart, you can make a decision. You can see there is something in quality and it will affect the quality of the product or services. So basically the same thing that you remember from the previous, plus 68% plus minus 1 sigma, 95, and 99.73 plus minus 3 sigma. So control limits for range. These are the, again, for proportion, this is the formula. If you remember from the past, like you see the proportion formula in confidence interval. Other control chart are also there. So I chart for individual numerical observation, MR chart moving range. S chart for standard deviation, C chart for Poisson events, NP chart for binomial, zone chart. So I'm just, using very simple thing. This is again ad hoc charts. So you can see the box plot on different dates and you can see how this is varying. So you can see few on November 9th or 23rd, it is, different. It is different. So if you see something, abnormal patterns, how you can see cyclic oscillation. So basically these things are about to read. My only thing to show you the charts. This is again important. Again important because CP index, it's called capability index. That is ratio comparing the interval between specification limits with expected process range. And CP equal to 1, this you can indicate the process is just barely capable of staying within the specification. So manager typically required, so please read this thing. What is the thing now? Because one question is there. So look into this slide becomes important because 1 or 2 questions I have given you in homework or this week assignment. What is the safety margin you have? What is the safety margin? You know what is the safety margin? Safety margin, like, the margin you have. Let's say you are going for buying something and you decided you are going to spend $100. In case you have $100 limit in your credit card, how much extra you can go. What is the limit you have in terms of saving your things. So safety margin means after that you will be in trouble. So this is a like margin. Safety margin can be based on this. So this is about. Now we go on Minitab to explain these charts. So here we have. Now we have assistant options and here we have control chart. Can you see this? Now data collected in subgroup. So you can decide whether data is collected in subgroups. For example, this data is subgrouped X1, X2, X5, X6. These are subgroup. Yes. Subgroup size, then subgroup size 8 or less, then X bar and R chart. If this is more than 8, then X bar and S chart. Similarly here, what you are counting defectives, P chart is proportion and U chart defects per unit. So basically what we need here, if data is not collected, then I and moving range. So these are the different, or here you can see, so my is this. That data are in column of all subgroups. So data in multiple columns. How will you determine the control limits? Estimate from data there is, or you have, if if control limit is given in the question, you can use this. So I'm just using estimate from the data. So here you can see this is the mean. This is the mean. Mean is like C. Do you see any rule 1? Any rule 1 is applicable here, rule 2 is applicable, rule 3 is applicable, any rule is applicable. Is it out of control? So I'm just going to pull that slide. Yeah, this is the one. So here, I think you can see both screens together. I'm not sure whether you are able to see. This is the X chart, this is R chart. Do you see the process in control? A process is a control, you don't need to worry. If you see the process is out of control, going out of sigma, or some rules or some situations are possible, then you need to adjust, you need to fix the problem. You need to understand okay, quality is out of quality. I mean, quality is out of control. Go and understand the cause and effect, why this is happening, and then fix those causes and improve the effect, improve the performance. So this is now same thing you can do from here, statistics. And you can also get like, I would request, please mute your microphone. So here you have run chart. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so here, statistics, control chart, here, quality control, and you can run chart, control chart, here, X and R bar, X, here you can see X bar, R, S, means all the charts you can see. You can give and here, let me do the X bar chart, control chart, X bar chart. Okay, all observes. So I give here, for example, this. Here I have the option to decide, I can do the mean, I can give the standard deviation, which is given by, standard. This is the sample. I can give the upper limit and lower limit, lower standard deviation limit bound, upper low. So this I can decide, and then I can see whether my this is in control or not. So basically you can give your parameters here, you can give your limits here, and you can see whether this is in control or not. So similarly, you can do R chart, S chart. So there are 5 questions in MCQ. There are 10 questions in fill in the blanks. And this is what is about module number 5. It's a very easy. It's more about your reading. Any question, please feel free to ask. I'm going to put this. I'm just going to put more things. And you will see by tomorrow morning, this extra credit work will be available. Any question, any doubt, please let me know. I'm here. If you don't have, then I would like to say have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful, productive week ahead. And yeah, when you are free to meet, for module number 6 this week? Because, next week, would you be available on Friday evening? Would you be available on Saturday evening? Would you be available on Sunday evening? As per your convenience. Anything, or do you want me to hold similar way on next Tuesday? Okay. Okay, that's fine. We can have Sunday. What time? Morning, evening, afternoon? Morning, evening, afternoon, because this is a new evening. Okay, about 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock is fine? Okay, because this is a new method which is not there in a book. Not there in the book, and you will appreciate how to choose the best candidate, how to choose. Okay, Sunday, 5 o'clock, we will meet again.
When
okay.
does module 6 open though?
I will, it will open on Sunday. I think it will open before Sunday. Saturday, it is going to open on Saturday. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah, so module 6, let's see. So it is opening on August 12th, which is, I think, is Saturday, if I'm wrong. Yeah, Saturday. Okay. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Bye. See you.